Let me have the show list.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer.
Our logo's
The
not up
trick
there,
of the
Mark, just so
lips,
you know.
play ball.
Oh, it is? All right. All right.
Play ball.
Why don't they ever be able to get this?
Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
We're on yet.
I don't see my face.
Well, you don't have to
Good
see your
evening,
face.
Oh, it's on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live.
Here at Strong Island Studios in Massapequa, New York.
Studios?
Studios.
What's a studio?
Studio is like a
Studio.
studio, only with a bunch of chooches behind the desk. Right. Very similar. Studio.
Let's shift a little bit.
We got the director over here
we have-
shifting us.
Everybody.
Shifting
Oh,
us this
Michael's
way.
half
Michael's
in.
here. Let's say hello to Michael Dolan.
How you doing?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Michael, just say hello because that's the last time you're probably going to be able to get a word in.
Hello.
Yes, with these chooches. Just we needed another chooch. We brought Michael in.
Here's your phone. You
People
can
say
share
to
it.
us, bring a girl on this show. Bring a woman on this show. What do? We bring Michael and another chooch.
Oh, we got Patty G.
What's that? I'm all set?
Most women run. Hey, my hand's on.
So today's a tight show. Tight. We have Mary Kennedy calling in, the new Fiona from Shameless. She was on Conan the other night, and we want to ask her about experience.
She was on.
Did you see it?
previously? No, I did not get a chance to see it, but she's been a previous guest. So
She's
it'd
been a
be nice to have her
previous
back.
guest. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we love Mary, so we figured let's see what it's like to be on Conan, because none
Mary's
of us
good.
are going to get
Mary's
there.
good.
Great idea.
She's
Speak
very
for
funny.
yourself.
She's very
Especially
funny. Hey, you never know. I
You
might
never
get
know.
on
You
Conan
in
one
movies,
day,
I
yes.
shouldn't say. You're a big shot already.
yeah.
You're a big shot. You never.
Speak for yourself with my
he was.
impressions.
You know how I know he's in a movie? He keeps sending out the same picture every other week in the movie he's on.
No, it
15 years ago.
comes up in my memory on Facebook, and I do. Yeah, I
I'm
do.
just saying. Yeah, you're
At least I don't do those stupid videos from the airport, you know.
You should be proud.
Absent the last couple of weeks.
We have Mark Lamplu calling from the Institute for Responder Wellness. Please know that I probably screwed up that name. He's going to call in. Butch set up that guest.
That desk. Yeah, he put a
Desk?
desk in.
we have
He put a desk in it.
Studios and desks.
You know, John, you
And
should
then we
stop
have a
getting your merge
speech.
wixed.
We have a speech person calling to help me out with my speech. So it's going to be a full night. How was your
Speech
week?
impediments on the
Very
next
good.
Laughter Saves
Yeah.
Lives Live.
My week was very good. I had an audition for a mini-series. I want to thank Steve Oliva for helping me out, and for Ronnie Schnell, who also helped me out.
Very nice.
Nice.
And then I had a nice day with my nephew today. We took
I
him
saw
to,
that,
to
I saw
Adventureland.
that.
I ran Carrie Carabas.
Oh, you went to
invited-
Adventureland?
Well, they wouldn't let us in the nudie bar.
All right.
So,
Carrie Carabas going to nudie bar?
no, Carrie Carabas
Went to Adventureland?
at
Was she the
Adventureland.
What was she
dancer?
doing there?
She was the dancer?
She was there with her kids. She called me up. She says, "Hey, come on out
How
to
old are her
Adventureland."
kids now? Aren't they old for Adventureland?
No, they're young.
No.
Yeah. Like 11 and 13 or something?
And,
Just mine.
That's kind of old for Adventureland, no?
So no.
All right, they had fun?
And they had
John, you still like Adventureland. What are you worried about the kids?
you know.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was a nice
was
day.
nice.
And I thank Carrie for the invitation and for the tickets. She had the free pass.
Nice. No wonder why you went. Cops and firemen,
yes.
free. It's for me.
That's right.
I gotta buy it. I'm on a diet.
So did you do any shows this weekend?
No, I did not.
That's
I
a
did a
no.
show last Wednesday. It was,
How'd that go?
It was a great show. We did it at a place called the Turning Point. John was on the show as well.
Oh, then it was a great
It was,
show.
it was a nice little. He closed it
Terrific
out.
show.
It was fantastic.
Yes, because John is going to say how well he did.
No, I'm gonna tell you that.
Am I right?
He will. Even though I'm going to tell you how well he did, he's going to emphasize.
I never heard John brag.
He killed.
Frank, kill.
How did you do? You can't help yourself.
Frank
What?
will tell you.
I never heard John really brag
He
about
really-
himself. I
no,
just heard
John-
he just doesn't like people showing up to the
Right.
shows.
Everyone
if they're
there
not
was
on the list.
accounted for and announced.
Michael's
So-
still
so
here?
they-
Is Michael still here?
Right, Mike is still here, but
All right.
Thought so.
yes.
Michael's still here.
So,
But it was a great show.
Thank you, Frank.
Amanda
That was very
Lightstone,
nice.
for having us on the show.
How did you do this weekend? Any shows? Or
No, I was busy with work and stuff.
I hear like a little feedback there.
That's
Yeah, we got
Santos
feedback.
Mike.
Hold on one second. Is somebody on the line? Laughter Saves Lives live.
I decided I'd call up front today.
Hang up.
Muriel, I love Muriel.
We have a
I
very
just
tight show.
want, I'm always waiting on the line, and I'm always waiting for my turn. And I
Put it
said,
back
you know
on
what,
hold.
before they get some very boring guests on, I'll come in and just liven the place up right off the bat.
We have a tight show. We have a lot of guests, very good guests tonight.
Can I ask Muriel one question? You've seen John Santo in a show, so he doesn't really brag about his shows. I mean, he's terrific, isn't he?
Oh, terrific's a word we could use.
Or you're trying to say he has nothing to brag about?
I wanted to just tell you all, this is why I called today,
Yes,
okay?
quickly.
I wanted to tell you all that because of how much I love you guys, it has inspired me to try stand-up.
Oh.
Oh,
And I wanted to run by one joke.
All right.
Can I run by a joke by you guys? Is that okay?
Yeah, please do.
Sure.
course,
We're
of
professionals.
Okay, so this is how it goes. John Santos looking in the mirror, and he says to his wife, he says, honey, all I see is a fat, ugly man. I need you to give me a compliment. His wife looks at him and says, you have very good eyesight.
All right. An oldie but goodie, an oldie but goodie.
Well, Muriel must be old. It's probably.
That was an oldie. I know people have said it before, but I said this one just works too well.
Do you have one more before we have to go? Because we got 3 guests tonight.
Okay,
In
so what I
addition to
think
your
I'm going to
Muriel.
do is I'm probably going to do for my main part of my act
Yes.
is I'm going to probably do some like stupid outdated bit about how like, you know, what if the Sopranos ran the White House or something? I don't know. Then I think about it and I go, you know, Sexo hasn't been on for 15 years. Who would do that? You know what I mean?
Very original.
No, you wouldn't want to do it.
This is somebody we know. And I think I know.
I think
Anyway,
it's someone
I
that's
just
been to
want
your
you all to
shows.
know I love you guys. Pat, you're looking great. You look great, Pat. You really do. I just want you to know that.
Hey, Muriel, be
The
careful
other-
when you start your
you know,
car.
John, you're looking great as always. I don't know who that guy is on the end. I'm assuming some sort of intern or some sort of
That's
lackey.
Mike.
I don't know.
wish our
But
guest
we'll
the
do
intern.
anyway.
That's one of our guests, Michael.
Oh, he's a
time
guest.
you're cutting
oh,
into.
okay. Well, that's good to know. Looks like you're moving up in the big time, buddy. This is great.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, anyway, have a wonderful show, and John Santo, I'll see you in my dreams and in my act.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Muriel.
Muriel. Very nice.
Good night, Muriel.
Bye.
So today, I met with St. Albans Hospital. We are going to be doing a major Christmas party this year for them. Not coming in and doing our little show, catering a big meal. We're going to be doing the whole thing. I'm going to need everybody there. It's going to be a really nice event.
When is it?
Christmas
December
morning.
23rd. December 23rd. You going to be away?
Well, wait, it's my wife's birthday.
So bring
Give her a gift and get out of the house.
Yeah.
Give her a gift, get out of the house.
We
Not
also
a bad idea.
We also are going to be expanding now to Brooklyn, VA. We're going to be expanding to the Brooklyn VA Hospital, North Fort St. Albans, and Brooklyn.
Where's the Brooklyn VA?
It's
In Brooklyn.
Avenue.
Geniuses on the show.
And I want you guys to back me on this. I want to put a campaign together. I don't understand the whole
You're running for
social media.
president?
No.
Oh.
I don't understand the whole social media, but at Wawa, I want Wawa as a sponsor. So I want you to start doing little videos and saying laughter saves lives and Wawa perfect together.
You got to tag
That's going to be
Wawa.
kind of like Fozzie Bear, who used to say waka waka.
I don't
so what are you
care.
going to say? You're going to say something, go Wawa?
I love the Wawa.
Tag the Wawa on the Twitter, okay? And the Twitter, it'll
Now,
go viral.
you think Wawa would invest
It'll
into
be
it?
I
such
don't know,
it'll be
but
huge.
I like the Wawa.
So we're going to have to move to Jersey?
We can't get a 7-Eleven?
There's no Wawa in
I
New
want
York. No
7-Eleven.
Wawa.
Wawa's so much better. It's so much better.
We're going to move to Jersey?
Oh, let me talk about my show. Can I talk about my show?
Well, we were going to ask you how
We
was
got
your
no
week?
choice.
How was your week, John?
I performed at a temple on the altar. Is there an altar in a temple? What do they call
No,
it?
it's called a something else.
Is that what it's called? A bema? We performed on the bema. Me, Steve Lazarus, Robin Fox.
Lazarus.
Long Island Comedy Festival. Steve Lazarus. Steve Lazarus.
You get Novocaine today or something? Is your
Steve
tongue swollen?
Lazarus.
Steve Lazarus.
I'll fill in.
I
Just
have
keep
a hard
going.
time
I'll
with
fill
that.
in.
Lazarus.
Do me a
Anytime you
favor.
mispronounce.
Anytime you have an opportunity to just make fun of my speech, do it. Oh, you've been doing that. All right.
Anytime you do a Mike Tyson, just keep going. I'll fix it.
Let's
up
say hello
for
to
you.
Michael Dolan. Mary's about to call in, but we'll say hello to
Oh,
Michael.
wait, how did the show go? You lost
Show
your
went
train
great.
of thought.
Show went great. It was good. Everybody did well. I did my job.
How did you
Does
do?
Steve
I did my
Lazarus
job.
close the show?
I did my job.
So you showed up on time. And,
Showed up on time. I wore a Macy's shirt.
And
No
Macy's?
Kohl's, no Target.
Macy's.
Macy's with nice pants
But
and
how
nice
did you
shoes.
do? Did the audience laugh at your jokes?
The
I'm sure
audience,
they did.
the audience liked me. They bought. I'll tell you how much they liked me.
They bought a lot of shirts.
They bought $260 worth of shirts.
So
Very generous.
So 3 of them.
That's huge.
So John treated at the diner afterwards.
Let's say hello.
funny.
Let's say hello to Michael.
Hello.
Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Welcome.
So Michael, we met Michael. My son actually met him. Why is Steve Oliva on
Kneeling.
camera? Why is Steve in
Leave,
here?
leave him alone. He's
camera?
leaving.
Doing
It's,
a college
part of a bit.
conference.
It's part of a bit.
Oh, I thought it was T-Bone.
You can't see. It's a surprise.
I know. Oh, it's part of a bit. All right, all right.
We can see it, nobody else.
Michael.
Oh, the audience can't.
Let's
We
talk
met
to
Mi-
Michael.
We met Michael. My son met him last year at the Baldwin Firehouse show. I don't
Probably a
know.
little bit more than something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
My son met him, and then they approached us, or we volunteered. I don't remember to do a show.
You volunteer.
We volunteered. Okay, to do a show,
You volunteer.
and
He's fine.
it was a great night. Tell us a little bit about the comedy show and what you thought about it. Well, in fact, who was on the show? You were on the show.
Yeah.
Me?
Not
You were-
me.
You were not.
I was on
Yes,
the
he
show.
was. He was on the
Were you on the
show.
show?
Steve Oliva and that other
We had
and you that-
Michael,
Maureen
you don't know
Langan,
me.
Maureen Langan,
Maureen
and, we
Langan,
had,
and
and
there
the
was
other guy,
that new
The kid, right?
the cop.
How was the show, Michael?
I loved it.
was.
Obviously really appreciate you guys coming out and doing
talked
that.
All right, go past that. How was the show, Michael? Be honest.
I was very,
Uh-oh.
people like to call me intelligent.
Yes.
The only thing, probably the best thing I did all night
Yeah.
was just stay off the front row.
Ah,
And people.
Yeah, but nobody's
Did you
gonna
laugh?
make fun
Did
of
you-
you.
Oh,
It's
I
a
was
show.
dying.
I would've
done that.
I love the engineer joke. I gotta say, it was
Okay.
my favorite joke the whole night.
Who told that show? Was it me?
Who was the headlining?
It was me.
Maureen Langdon.
Probably,
Female? The
yeah,
female?
Maureen
Yes.
Langdon.
probably
but-
because it's something.
Michael,
It
you said the female. There was only one female there. He's like, who is the headline of the female, right?
was drinking too much now.
Oh, all right.
There's no
all right.
such thing.
Let me tell you, Baldwin Fire Department. I did one of my first firehouse shows. That's a fun firehouse. You
Yeah,
guys,
I
you
think
guys.
that's
know
a
that.
real
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
I
you guys-
haven't been to Baldwin Fire Department in 6 years. which
So you
means
got another
next
year to wait.
I'm eligible.
They're
Not
they're
necessarily.
redoing their firehouse.
One more year and you'll be
You
eligible.
said 7 years.
Huh?
Because you're constantly insulting me.
That's how we
I insult-
So you guys do our comedy show, our fundraiser that we do.
Right, every year. In fact, we are doing the show. They weren't going to do it due to construction.
Right.
We are doing it. So,
I did it so long ago, it's hard to remember.
so tell us a little bit about why you're here and why we did the benefit.
Okay, let's go back. You want to go back?
How old are you, Michael? Can I ask you that?
I'm about to be 29, but I'm still 28.
Okay,
There you
so
go.
20, 28, 29, just like
Don't rush it.
Just like Pat. Just like Pat. Go ahead.
I'm my occupation is an engineer, and obviously the volunteer.
Right.
What kind of engineer? Tell the audience.
Well, my degree is called engineering science. What that means is I took classes in mechanical, electrical, but most of it focused on material science and design. So at work, I have, my job fits really well with what they needed. So I designed sheet metal parts, plastic parts, and we made.
For the company that you were.
Yes, actually for
free advertising.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on. Now we got to
need
get
them
like
as a
$100
Now we gotta get a
from
spot,
them.
or we may have to pay them $100 for using their name.
No, we're advertising their company. So.
Well, they gave me the shirts, so I don't know.
John's so
Okay.
desperate, folks. So the way he just
Yes.
interrupted me, he's just
Right.
desperate
I
for
can't
sponsors. So if anybody out there wants to sponsor us, please feel free to do
Please.
that.
Sorry, Michael.
But yeah, all right. So that's the background stuff.
Right.
So I've been doing this I was doing that for a couple of years. I took the very long track at Stony Brook University. Go Seawolves. So last year I was having some issues of we thought it was pneumonia.
Right.
Until pardon my French, but one day at work I vomited all over my desk.
Right.
And then I figured there's something probably pretty bad going on.
Okay.
And so
you
included
felt
me in.
right away.
You didn't just have some
No,
of
that was
Pat's
after a couple
meatballs,
weeks
did
of
you?
pneumonia. Went to South Nassau. They thought I had pneumonia. They didn't do a CAT scan because why would you do a CAT scan on a 27-year-old, kid who
Right.
obviously has never had any health problems his whole life? So later on that night, we got the news that I had stage 4 metastatic lung cancer.
What's metastatic mean?
Metastatic means that you have a certain type, but it spreads to other parts of the body.
Okay.
So, it's since then it's
Scary, huh?
oh yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 major stays in the hospital, a couple of ER visits just for safety's sake.
Right.
And then it's just a lot of weird symptoms that I have to deal with and ignore. It's a lot of being out of breath, but I'm on I have these really cutting edge treatments because they're getting.
Where are you being treated?
I'm
Michael?
treated at the Monter Cancer Center in New Hyde Park. It's part of LIJ. I gotta say, the care is.
Okay.
The care there is second to none. So at first they treated me with something. They combined chemo with immunotherapy, which is when it takes your own body's immune system and it trains it to fight the cancer.
Right.
And these treatments they're actually made for stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer. It's another way to describe what I have.
And where did it? You said it spread. Where
All right,
was
so
the cancer?
It didn't. It does. It's a form that does spread. It didn't
Yeah.
spread yet.
It hadn't spread when I was on the first one, which is called Keytruda.
Okay.
And then about in February, I started having problems like standing back up. And little by little, I lost my ability to walk, stand, any of that. Even move my foot. So I was at LIJ and Glen Cove, back and forth twice to get treatment for that, and then rehab for that, and then try to relearn to walk again. And I got home physical therapy and occupational therapy, and now I'm at their East Meadow facility for physical therapy.
And you go there what, daily?
Twice a week.
Now, coming from a volunteer fire department, Frank, has the Brotherhood. He was a cop. I was a fireman. John was a volley.
I was a
Pat
volley.
hangs out with senior citizens. How have the brothers been to you? What are the kind of things that these guys have done?
I can't really. There's not enough time in your broadcast. No offense.
No,
none taken. That's.
We're used to being offended. Don't worry.
But the people call.
Nobody's gonna listen anyway. Don't worry.
They'll come, during, just on a random, like on Sunday, Sunday mornings. They
Right.
came a few times. Obviously, everyone came to my my fundraiser.
Yeah, that was all. By the way, Mom's here. Hi, Mom. Can we get Mom more in the picture?
She doesn't like,
Yeah,
she
get
doesn't
her
like
in.
being on camera.
Yeah, but don't call her ma'am.
This is about
Patty G made the mistake of calling her ma'am.
Don't show any respect.
Yeah.
No respect, Sean. Mom is here. So I met Bobby. I think more on Facebook initially, and I have to tell you, you were a sweetheart. You were so nice to deal with, and because it's nice to try to help someone, and that's what we want to do. But also, you want to make sure you're not sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, and you were so welcoming to the Laughter Saves Lives and what we do and the show. What did you think of that night, having a comedy show for Michael, who is not feeling well here and is ill? And
Yeah. Like I said, what you guys have done, we go back, what you've done for, the Baldwin Fire Department, for my company, which is I'm in First Aid, so I already knew that you guys were really funny. You put on a really great show. It's a great thing that we get to do every year. And getting back to what Michael's company has done, I just wanted to bring that up too.
What company, Michael?
Michael's in Host 4.
And what are you in?
And I'm in First Aid. So before Michael got sick, Michael was going to become an EMT. He was riding the
An
ambulance.
additional, so I could, the additional training, so
Doing
to
that.
help out on the bus.
And that shows you what kind of person this guy is.
Because
he's volunteer.
Well, because he wanted to also do that because he wanted to help me.
But did he want you to fight fires?
And he wanted me to fight fires. So I was in
What's up with
primaries.
you?
I was,
Send your mom into
He
the
still
fire.
wants me to do that. So I started
I'm still pushing her.
I started primaries, and then I thought to myself, why am I doing this?
Not easy.
I have to go anyway. So I made it through a couple of classes, and then my mother's been sick, so there was too much
sorry
stuff
to
going. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sick in
That's
the head.
another whole comedy show for another day. Bring grandma. Yeah. But anyway, so I really like the fact that Michael has actually joined the fire department before I did. So Michael actually has more seniority in the fire department than I do. So as a probationary member, we know that Michael on Fireground can tell me what to do.
Nice.
And I would have
You gotta
to
watch out, Michael.
Stupid
and
enough to do that.
and I would have to listen. So at the time that I was a probationary member,
That's so
Michael's
funny.
Michael's
not want to go there.
Michael's captain was female,
Uh-huh.
and she kind of spoke her mind, and she said, "Yeah."
Who was that? Was that,
Courtney Donaldson?
Okay, no,
yeah,
all right.
love Courtney, absolutely adore her.
All right.
But she said to Michael, she said, "Yeah, Michael, you could tell your mother what to do on a fire ground, but she could go home and beat your."
Beat your ass.
Thank you.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Beat your ass.
So it was actually really good.
So
But-
now, how has this lady been treating you, your mom here? She seems like a special person to me.
Well,
Depends on the day.
Yeah, depends on the, no, but you know, I was in the hospital for 3 months straight, and most of the time she was there. She was sleeping over in the hospital in a chair, in very uncomfortable chairs. Some of them were not too bad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
but
they
you
took
still
really
did.
good. They took really good
They
care of me.
took-
All the
they
nurses,
took care of her. Took care of her too.
They did. The nurses were really good and stuff. And we actually had a really nice experience. Like in the beginning when Michael was really sick, everybody was very, Michael needed a lot of care. Everything was very serious. But we always like to mention that the nicest man that we met was the guy that brought the food trays around, because I was there every night, and in the mornings, he'd come in and he'd say to me, "Mom," he goes, "You want a cup of tea?" It was really, really a nice thing.
Nice.
He was, and always made sure that I had food, and it was really nice.
I'm pretty sure they.
Thank God he
adopted
didn't
him.
call you ma'am.
Excuse me.
Thank God he did not call me. That is correct.
You would hit the
He
trail
was
on the head.
he was this big burly guy. So that
You
was
guys
really
been
nice.
Hold on one
you guys
second,
from
Patty.
Baldwin your whole life?
Michael
sorry.
has. I
That's right.
actually grew up in Massapequa.
Oh,
I
okay.
grew up right down the road from
okay.
here.
By the
Did
Massapequa
Mary or
Diner?
Mark call up?
No,
So,
off of Hicksel Road.
I'm in
south of
communication
Sunny.
with Mary through Bookface.
Oh, good.
And she's okay with holding until the end of the segment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary.
Okay.
Now,
Feel like Mary, tell them all. Thank you, Mary.
That, right?
No.
Yes, that's shameless.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to watch.
Okay, that would be
the
our
rest of the shows.
assignment.
And I was gonna, and you guys could chime in on this, and we could finish what you were talking about. But Mary, if you watch Shameless, and I know she doesn't mind me saying this, had a nude scene.
You love telling everybody. that
No,
she's
here's
naked.
why I thought tonight would be interesting, because I wanted to know how much would they have to pay you
Us?
to do
Me,
a nude
I get
scene.
They wouldn't pay us.
I'm
They pay us
naked
not
for
to do
free.
it.
Listen, you sent
You
that-
search
enough-
you
search enough
sent
on the
us
internet,
all-
you'll
you-
find some pictures.
You texted us all that nude scene with Mary on Facebook. That's how obsessed
No,
you are
I
with
did
that.
not.
you've been
Mary,
You
obsessed
did
I
too. You
not.
texted it. He screens. Yes,
Mary, every
did.
time we go to his house, he says he puts on the TV to watch the Met game, and it's the scene. I forgot to take this off.
It's a screensaver on
It's a
his
screensaver
computer.
on his computer.
Hold on. How much would they have to pay you to do a nude scene in a movie?
I guess it depends what type of movie. If I'm gonna get good,
No, a
money,
regular movie, and it's a scene you and Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. I
yeah.
mean, you know,
That's payment enough. How much? Give me a number.
$1 million.
It would take that much? Okay, I'm probably at $50. What about you?
If it's a SAG film, I'll go scale.
You go scale, Steve?
It doesn't take
Steve's
a lot.
off camera
It
here.
doesn't take a lot for me to get my
How
clothes
much?
off.
I've done nude scenes for pizza.
Yeah, but that was for the delivery guy.
Patty G, nude scene. How much?
Can we go to the diner? I'm fine with that.
He's fine for food. John Santo?
They're gonna need a long lens first of all, but
Yes.
I want Tom Cruise money. I want $30 million.
This
All
is
right,
not.
very
This is
nice.
not your.
Unless-
This is not your comedy show. You don't
Yeah.
have to have a long lens in this.
Now, these
You
are-
know,
wait,
this
wait.
is a real.
This
This is
is
reality.
Artistic
No.
film.
Yeah, because we don't want to put
Michael.
we
Let's
don't
ask
want we don't want to put Michael in therapy.
Is it an artistic film?
Let's say it's an artistic film.
If it's artistic film, then it's free. You got to do it for the art.
Well,
Oh.
Michael.
I don't know.
Michael.
Listen, how people have seen me
Michael.
naked in the last year,
First of all,
when my wife-
that I don't really care anymore.
If you saw these guys naked, that's not art.
First of all, I don't think anybody would want to see me naked in
I
the movie
gave
anyway.
Stormy
So.
Daniels
Wait,
$130,000. Okay, so we're talking a lot of money.
What's the going
A
rate
lot
for
of
eye
money.
bleach now?
I don't even think Mary Lou wants to see me naked, so it's really like I don't even think anybody. I wouldn't have to worry about that.
When my wife catches me naked on FaceTime, I tell her it's an artistic film.
So John, Mary is calling all the way from California.
All right.
She's a very big Hollywood star.
So let's
she
do
is
this.
Mary.
We'll go to Mary after commercial, and then we'll come back with Michael. We'll get
Okay.
Mary because she's been kind enough to wait.
She's fantastic, but she's calling from California.
Yes. Let me do duck cleaning first, and then we'll go to Life Fact, and then we'll go to Mary. I'll make it quick. MCM Duck Cleaning, Matt, 631-885-5736. They'll clean your HVAC systems. He's been doing it for years. A wonderful guy. He's a sponsor on the show. Obviously, I'm Reader's Commercial.
I wouldn't anymore. but,
Both Suffolk and Nassau. If you need your duct cleans, HVAC cleaning, he provides high quality service. Not only the first time, but every time.
time.
631-885-5736. Call Matt. Let's go to LifeHack.
Hey, Mary sent us the.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeHack to protect my family. LifeHack is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy. Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
Thank you. I don't take it personally.
We may have to start
We're
swapping.
back. Laughter City
We're
Live
back.
Live.
Hey.
Bobby was just telling us all the things we do wrong, and it's a lot.
And I got cut off, and Bobby was right, and I screwed up. But anyway, Mary did put the link for the nude scene on there. So if you guys are on Facebook Live, check it out. Check it out.
That's not
Check it-
Mary.
No,
Maybe
that's not her nude scene. That's the Conan scene.
Oh.
Unless you did Conan nude. Did you do Mary? Did you do Conan nude?
I thought
All
you
right.
put the nude
Let's
scene.
get Mary Kennedy on the phone. Get Mary to call in. If you want to have any questions for Mary,
If you have any questions about
she was on
her,
Conan and she was on Shameless. She's done a whole bunch of things.
she's really getting out there.
Well, she's originally from Boston. Then I met her in New York as a comic, and she's been out in LA for a number of years. A wonderful family, mother of 2. She went for an audition today for Mother. She's
Yes,
playing
she
a mother.
was stretching her.
So,
that on Facebook.
did you have Mary?
Stretching.
Yeah, she's a mother. That's
John, did you ask Mary to call in?
Mary's on the line.
Oh,
Mary.
She's been on
Mary.
the line.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hey, Mary.
Hello.
Mary
I
Kennedy.
did not. The
Welcome
last thing
back.
I did was for Conan for their Crimes Ahoy bit. I was not nude. It's
Oh.
for
Oh.
TBS.
All right.
Well, if you aren't nude, there's no reason to watch it.
Forget it.
I already seen you nude. John showed us already. It's no big deal.
Mary,
You gotta take that off the DVR.
Mary, you have to understand, you are our Hollywood connection. You are the biggest star we know in Hollywood.
And the only one who's ever been naked on television.
Both.
Well, there you go.
So, Mary, what did you do this week on Conan? I wanted you to call in and share it with us.
Yes,
Tell us about it.
it was a really good bit. I played a convenience worker, and they did a bit about that you can commit crimes 24 miles from shore with Crimes Ahoy bottled water. And so you have to watch the bit, but basically, I was in a convenience store and a guy robbed me, but he was in a pool of Crimes Ahoy bottled water, so we didn't get prosecuted.
All right. All right.
Can we
There's
show the
the bit.
clip?
Yeah, that would have been good. No, I don't think we can. If we had the clip, are we allowed to show a clip? Bobby, are we allowed
It's
to show
on
a clip?
YouTube. I don't see why you couldn't. You could show it, sure.
Yeah. We
Which
can-
one?
We'd have to have. I think it on.
So what we'll do
No,
is
he can't show it because we didn't send
We'll
him
show
the.
it next. The next show.
We'll put it in the YouTube link
Yeah,
in the
whatever. Or
comments.
go to YouTube. The link is on your feed, so don't worry.
All right.
Whatever
All
you
right,
wanna
put the
do.
nude one in too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patty,
So-
wants you to. So what else? Anything else coming up for you, Mary? Comedy shows that people can check out there, or
Your audition today that you
yes.
went on, how did that go?
how did the audition go?
Well, I played a mom. It's a big range, let me tell you.
Right.
Now, I have a 10 and a 12-year-old, so I went in and I played a mom. We'll see. You never know.
Good luck.
And then I got cast in a musical. I'm in Afterglow, the musical, with the original Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling from the 80s.
Oh, the glow.
And I played Jackie Stallone.
All right.
So that's what's happening. So I'm starting to sing. And then, Dawn, I want to come out to New York and do a Laughter Saves Lives. I would love to do that. So I'd love
Well-
to see you guys in person.
We'd love to have you on
We'd love
another
that.
show.
Come in
Yes.
in studio.
You could
guest.
come in studio. We'll get rid of one of these chooches for the show. We're told there's too many chooches.
Pat needs to make his meatballs. All right?
Okay, I'll definitely. If you come up, Mary, I'll make the meatballs for you.
Excellent. So
When I went out
yeah,
there,
no, things are good. But I miss you. You got to come out to LA again, John.
I know we had a nice dinner. What was that chain restaurant we ate in, that Italian place?
Olive Garden.
Buca de Beppo.
Domino.
What was it?
Yeah, it was Buca de Beppo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat would approve. He'd be all right with it.
Yeah, Pat would approve. It was good.
Okay.
It was good. It's always nice seeing you, Mary. Thank you for taking the time. You
My
Hollywood
pleasure.
star, you.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Take-
All right,
And
take
let us
care,
know
bye-bye.
about the
See you off
audition.
to DVR.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Mary Kennedy.
Mary Kennedy, yay.
Bye.
Bye, Mary. So I don't know.
Well, I'll lead into this.
Yeah, please tell
You
me
know,
what's going on.
Steve
out there.
Oliva's not on the show today. John wouldn't let him on the show today, so
He's protesting.
Very
he's
unceremoniously asked him not to be on the show.
There he
by the
is.
way.
Look. He's protesting.
He's been out there for 24
yes,
hours.
Yes, he's
I
protesting.
believe he's even wearing Nike sneakers, but I'm not.
I am going to be protesting.
Oh, he's got a mic on too.
Oh, now he's got a mic.
Yes, Steve. What is going on out there?
Well, I just want to tell you, I'm on the 50-yard line right now, out here on Sunrise Highway. I'm on Sunrise Highway protesting that I was not included in the show this week. I will be here protesting until next week's show.
You're not on that one either.
Well, then I'll be here for 2 weeks. All right, this is my way of protesting. You guys can't see it, but I have Nikes on right now, and because it's very uncomfortable protesting with my fire department boots on.
Are you kneel? Is this something you thought of to kneel? Is this something you came up with? Because I think it's been done.
No, I thought of it 20 years ago when I protested being beaten up by some bullies in 8th grade.
Well, this has never been done to protest a TV show, so this is original.
You're
It is
T-bowing.
Let's see,
I
Michael.
also
Michael.
protest.
It almost looks like he's T-bowing. Did you remember T-bowing?
Yes, it does.
No, I'm protesting. I'm protesting the fact that Pat didn't cook for this show, being that we have wonderful guests, and I'm also protesting John's skinny legs.
He looks like a smaller version of Mark Bavaro in the end zone.
You know what I'm wondering is,
I'm also. This is also my impression of the thinker.
You don't have the polls for that backdrop. Who is holding up that backdrop?
Colin Kaepernick is holding it up right now.
And we just lost Nike as a sponsor.
Benny Gagoots is holding it up.
I have to say, Michael is a wonderful young man. I'm very proud of him, and I'm proud of his mom too.
Well, thank you very much. Steve. Watch the cars out there on Sunrise Highway. You gonna answer?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, caller. You're on Laughter Saves Lives Live. Who are you?
This is Mark Lampliff from the Institute of Responder Wellness.
Mark,
thank you for calling in.
All right.
Mark, we apologize. I know I wanted you to call in a bit earlier.
But it worked out that you didn't.
Yes, Michael is
Yeah,
our
no worries.
guest. We had Michael here. We had a Hollywood star call in, so you will bump back a little bit.
And we apologize for that.
So here's the bottom line, Mark. You are following a Hollywood star.
Right.
You better be good.
So basically that makes you a B-list guest.
Say that again, Mark.
I said I'm in tough shape then.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to do fine because the work that you're doing seems awesome. From what I understand, Butch Seltzer hooked up with you and Laughter Saves Lives, and you've already been getting the word out about what we do, and we're going to do the same about what you do. Let me read a little bio, and then I'll let you fill in the blanks. You've been a captain out in Pennsylvania. I can't pronounce that. Is that Chichester?
Lower Chichester.
What is it?
He can't
Lower
pronounce Lazarus.
Chichester.
Oh, maybe it was spelled wrong. All right.
Just outside Philadelphia.
I don't even know why I told you that next to
Westchester?
me.
Is it Westchester?
Right by there.
Was
Yes,
the
yes,
Chief
right by
Marketing
Westchester.
Officer of 360 Wellness, Inc., Premier Wellness Solutions, and currently Director Media and Communications with Institute for Responder Wellness and Marketing for the Deer Hollow Recovery. So what is that all about, this Responder Wellness that you're a part of?
So my full-time job is basically working for Deer Hollow Recovery. It's a mental health trauma program, and we work with a lot of first responders. We have one of probably the most intensive trauma programs in the country, and it's one of the very few that work with first responders that can that's a mental health primary diagnosis. So a lot of first responder programs you see require a substance abuse diagnosis for them to be treated. We don't need that. We can have a mental health primary, PTSD primary diagnosis, and we can bring them into the program and get them the help that they need.
Now you're saying bring
so
them into
in
the
doing
program.
that,
Where are you
got-
located? Where is the program located?
It's in just outside Salt Lake City, Utah. It's called Draper, Utah.
And you have firefighters, EMS, cops from all over the country attending that program?
Yeah, all over the country. You know, Washington, Colorado, you name it, we can get them in probably within 24 hours.
Wow. And you treat, it says here, addiction, alcoholism, PTSD, mental health support. You're on the board of directors for One World for Life. Sounds like you're doing really interesting work there. So tell us more about it.
Yeah, so in my work with Deer Hollow, they have a partnership with a nonprofit out in Washington called Code 4 Northwest, which is like a localized helpline for first responders in the state of Washington. While in talking with them, we kind of wanted to take their model and what they're doing out in Washington and try to make that national. So that's where the Institute of Responder Wellness kind of came into play. So we're in the process of registering for our 501(c). We're now putting our board of directors, and basically what we're trying to do is create a place that first responders, dispatchers, corrections, police officers, firefighters, EMS can go if they're struggling with any type of issues in their lives, to come to the Institute and find that information and essentially work with all the other good organizations like yourself, Blue Help, that already have resources locally that we can reach out to and get these guys the help that they need, or women too.
Volunteer firefighters included in that?
Absolutely, yep.
So like a guy like Michael here, Michael was not feeling well. He's got an illness here, and I'm sure he has days where he's down. Could he call a line over there, a helpline, and talk to somebody?
Absolutely, yeah. You could call the helpline if it's something that's serious, where we need to get them to a counselor, maybe somebody that's trained in treating first responders with specific issues. We'll help find that resource for him locally.
And how would that be? Do you have funding for that, or that would have to go through somebody's own insurance?
It all depends on what they have available to them. Like they don't pay anything to give us a call, and it doesn't cost them anything. We're here to help them, so they don't pay us anything to help them find the resources that they need. We can look into their insurance and see. We can also try to find some free resources if they're available if they don't have insurance. Typically with first responders, a lot of them do have insurance, except volunteers, but they also have jobs too. So
right.
A lot of the times it would work in with their health insurance.
And do you go out and speak at any events, any of these firefighter conferences around the country, or EMS or COP, or?
Me personally, yeah, I actually did a training at FDIC this year. I don't like speaking, but I will if somebody asks. And then through the partnerships that we have with the Institute, we work with an organization called First Responder Conferences, who they will come and help put 1 or 2 day trainings together in areas if a department's looking to get a bunch of speakers out and talk about these wellness topics that very rarely are kind of discussed. We all go to the fire schools and the fire 1 and 2 and vehicle rescue, but very rarely do we see these mental health or wellness classes that we probably should be seeing more often.
I'm sure Butch has spoke to you about this already, but my wheels are just turning. I'm saying if you were speaking at one of these conferences, we could do a show at night at the conference to raise money for your organization.
Yeah, that would be great. And actually, I had talked to Butch about that, about maybe partnering up and put one of your shows on. I think that would be great. We can do something like that.
Are you surprised that Butch did that?
I'm not surprised. Butch is on top of everything. Butch is a good man, and I'm not surprised at anything Butch does.
You know what? You should add that to your set.
Butch is gonna call any minute. And,
Butch is so terrific. He's unbelievably unbelievable.
So Mark, tell us. How do we get in touch with you? How does somebody get in touch with you?
So terrific.
So you can go to the Institute for Responder Wellness website at instituteforresponderwellness.com. We also have a you can actually email me, Mark.Lamplu at instituteforresponderwellness.com. That's a long one, I know. And we have an 800 number they can call too, which I'm going to pull up for you right here in a second.
All right.
877-470-5180.
I don't get any questions.
Questions?
I think he's covered everything.
John, you have any questions?
I do not have any
Bobby?
questions at this time.
No,
can you give us, of course you're not going to give me any names, I would never ask you that. Can you give me one case of somebody that really needed your services and that you guys kind of turned around or really helped that you're really proud of?
I actually do that pretty much on a weekly basis. I have folks reach out to me all the time, whether it be for inpatient treatment, for substance abuse, whether it be for finding EMDR therapist that's local to them. That's just today working with a police officer that's in crisis, trying to get him into treatment. That was he had a suicide attempt. His agency got involved. They reached out, and we're working on getting them some help.
Now, like, I used to be with the NYPD, and they have their own support group where everything you go to is anonymous. So if a cop called you and they needed help, is it anonymous, or do you have to now notify their job to say, well, look, this guy may be suicidal,
No, it's, we don't, on a first name basis, they don't even have to give us their name if they don't want to. They can just tell us. We need to know a little bit about them so we can find them the right, where they live. We can find them resources locally, but we don't report anything to the job. It's, now if somebody's going to hurt themselves, there's kind of things we want to do to,
of course,
make sure that doesn't happen. But for the most part, we don't want to, get the job involved if they don't have to. We want to get them help on their own.
Yeah, that was always one of the biggest stigmas with the NYPD was guys were always afraid to reach out for help because they're afraid then that they would get notified that they had issues, and then they would take the guns. It would be on their record, and then this is very serious talk, Pat.
No, that's it. He's not funny.
You're not allowed to make jokes.
He's not funny.
So, well, I think that's a great thing that you're doing, and I'm glad that the cops and firemen all were first responders.
Have you had any interactions with Friends of Firefighters? Nancy Carbone over there started a wonderful organization after 9/11 that's anonymous. That firemen can go down and they have therapies and all kinds of things, massage and acupuncture, but they also have some. Have you had any interaction with her?
I have. I actually met them at FDIC over the last couple of years. They've been there. It's in an old firehouse, right?
Now it is in Brooklyn. Yeah, they refurbished the firehouse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, we've done some fundraisers for them. We've donated some money from Laughter Saves Lives. We're very proud of that. We've made a little bit of a difference.
That we would probably help people find if a guy from FDNY called. That would be somebody we would want to get them to.
Right, and I would think with something that you said. We're from a large department. I think you deal mostly with extensively the guys from those smaller areas that don't have the resources that FDNY and NYPD have.
Absolutely, yeah. Most of the time, FDNY and NYPD, they have their systems in place. But you do still get guys that will get on the computer at 2 o'clock in the morning and start looking online for stuff, and may find us.
Well, I'm glad.
Well, John at 2 o'clock in the morning is not looking for stuff like that.
Oh, he's watching Mary Kennedy's video.
We have programs for that too.
And I make fun of you?
That was perfect.
That was a great callback, and that was a perfect answer.
It was wonderful.
That was comedy.
Mark, yes, that was comedy. Mark, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just if you're a first responder and you're struggling with any type of issues, reach out. There's plenty of resources available to you now. It's not like it was 30 years ago. And there's guys willing to help and take a couple minutes and get you the help you need.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark. We appreciate you
Mark,
calling in.
thanks for having me.
Great job. Great job.
Thanks, Mark.
Ask Bobby if he could start throwing up flyers up there in a second.
Sure.
Are we going to talk to our guests?
We're going to talk to our guests
but let's get the flyers out of the way. Get
them out of the way.
September 14th, Middle Village. We're doing it. It's for the School Scholarship Fund. We have some funny comics and Pat G on that show. Next flyer.
And I'm on that show. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's right. You're on that show.
I can't believe
And
it.
then this is the a night. Which one is this,
First
John? I can't
Aid?
see this. Oh, this is Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Who's on that
Baldwin.
show? We have John Consoli. I can't see it there.
It looks like John Consoli.
Baldwin. You know, I can't
Hold
read
on, I
this.
can see.
What's the date?
It
What's
looks
the
like
date?
Joe.
You should have the
Same
flyer
night.
with
I
you.
know.
Bono,
No, it's
John
the night
Consoli, and some guy I don't know.
What's the date? Jamie Gravy from Texas. He just moved up here.
Oh, Jamie
Friend of John
Gravy, okay.
Salerno.
It's
Then we-
Saturday, October 13th.
And then the big show, October 19th.
The mother of all
Gala.
shows.
We have 3 headliners. We have Jeff Norris, who does cruise shoes. Cruise
shoes. He does cruise shoes and
He
sandals.
does. He does comedy in cruise
Crocs.
shoes.
They call them Crocs.
We have headliner Maureen Langan. We have headliner J.J. Boyd. I'm unseeing. And then we have Patty G again. What the frig is going on? Patty G. Everything special needs. And Angela's house. This is going to be a Christmas type show. Bring a toy for the kids. 2 special needs charities. They do great work. That flyer's coming up in a second.
Where is that show? Is that Lynbrook?
That is in the Lynbrook.
Lynbrook.
Oh, we have Leanne Lord. Who else did I put on the show? Stevie, didn't I just put you on the show today? On November 16th? Steve Oliva's on it. I think Paul Anthony is going to do his spot from the Long Island Comedy Festival.
Nice.
And we have somebody else. Consoli was busy. We did put somebody else on the show. Anybody here?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not
One
going to
more
be.
flyer.
Not until the 14th of the
Not
month
yet.
when he says, didn't I tell you you're on the
Could you,
show?
let's just move that next flyer over so the audience can. There we go. And what else do we got? Next flyer.
Where is that show? That's at the
That's in the
VFW Hall?
VFW. This one is in Jersey. This is a Butch Seltzer special. Chris Monty, Stacy Kendro,
Nice.
Pat Marone.
Wow,
And
October
headlining
12th.
that show is John LaRocchia.
How did you get that?
I book it. I have it. Next flyer. We got one more, I think. Is that it?
That's it.
All right,
You
next
know what?
job.
I'm actually open October.
You're gonna follow
Laugh to
Monty.
say flyers are
Wow.
busy. Let's go back to Michael and Bobby here.
Wait, is that October 12th or December
right, so-
12th?
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Right, we're going to finish up with
Yeah.
our
All right,
guest.
let me finish the story.
All right. So,
What story?
Wait, you got
you
one
tell
more.
us-
You got one
All right,
more.
so no, it's a couple.
Hold on. Michael wants to finish the story.
yes, I like.
okay.
I'm
Woodward
interested in
School.
Michael.
Oh, the
another
Woodward
flyer.
School. What date is that one?
October 18th.
18th. We
Who's that, Rick Morgan on there?
No, we have
that's
Claudia
Frank Fayella. It looks
Stavola,
like Rick Morgan.
We have Pat Marone, and we have John LaRocchia.
I'm on that show?
Frank Fayella.
That's me.
Am I on that show?
I'm on that show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one you told me about this week. Okay.
Am I on that show? What day is that?
Can we talk about this after?
Oh, okay. Hi.
Michael.
All right.
Michael.
So, all right. So I told you I was on a treatment called Keytruda. So what happens with cancer? Your genes, it's genetic. Well, it has its own genes. They flipped like that, and that's why it was not that metastatic. I guess is the best way to describe it. And when it flipped, we had I had no idea, and that's when it spread to the spine. But in that whole process, I said I was in the hospital for a long time. I was checked out. They did this cutting edge scan where they scan you twice for this thing called the ALK gene. So now I'm on, as opposed to going for treatment nowadays, I'm on this cutting edge drug called Alcenza. It's it's ridiculously expensive. Insurance covers it.
The
Anyway.
insurance covers it?
Yes.
Right now, the insurance is covering it. It's actually, we don't want to give them too much, whatever it is, but Genentech does it. It's an out-of-pocket. If your insurance didn't pay for it, it's $14,000 a month.
Hello.
Okay.
But it's
right
done
now,
phenomenal.
the insurance is paying for it. And the last scan that he had, a lot of the cancer that he had in his body,
it somewhat retracted.
It's somewhat
unfortunately,
disappeared.
stage 4 means that at this point in history, I'll have it for life. But as far as we understand, I can treat it as a chronic disease.
Okay. So we're really happy. So it's been a really hard year.
Big Pharma. I'm a huge fan of Big Pharma.
And
honestly.
Michael has been through hell.
He has.
I really think that he has.
Tuesday.
But we really, like I said, we really do have great support, mostly from our fire department. First Aid has helped, and Host 4 in Baldwin has been really amazing. And,
Yeah.
our chiefs, our commissioners, really are phenomenal
That's
people
amazing.
and stuff like that. So one of the things that they did, like when Michael was sick, is they brought the fire truck down our block. We live on one of the smallest blocks in Walden. The fire truck barely fits down there. They didn't care. They blocked the whole street off. People had to go around, but the guys are great. The people from First Aid.
Well, we
really
appreciate you. I
can't-
mean,
And
coming
Mike's a
in
great
and-
guy too, and you got a great positive attitude,
Yeah.
which helps.
That's half the battle.
That's it.
Well, just the
Yeah.
fact that
There's,
you.
I'll be honest. There's good and bad days.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but I mean,
Yeah.
you have a great.
You know.
From what I've seen of you, from my know, first time you're drunk, but the second.
He had a.
I think he may be drunk now.
So a funny story, speaking of drinking, because Michael and I really are not drinking that much. Michael goes to a wedding, and he texts me because he's on a lot of medicine. He goes, Mom, can I have some of the champagne toast? It's like, yeah, okay, you can. All right. A little while later, he goes, can I have something to drink? And I was like, I don't really know if it's a good idea, but okay. Something, but don't have anything with carbonation on it because it will upset your stomach. So he texts me back. He goes, so a Jack and Coke? And I text him back because anyone who knows me knows that Jack and Diet Coke would be my favorite drink. And I
Right.
text him back and I go, you really are my son. You really, truly are. That's how
So
I
then,
absolutely
yeah,
know.
2 Jack and Cokes and 1 breakdancing session later.
Right.
I can't fully walk, but
Right.
you can
But
break
you'll be
dance.
able to
Because-
break dance after 2 Jack and
Because
Cokes.
if
at
they.
least that's all I remember.
Right.
Do you want to talk about Tunnels to Towers? We have 2 minutes.
Support the Tunnel to Towers. They do wonderful work.
Tunnel to
for-
Tower. Tunnel to Tower.
Tunnel
Did
to
you
Tower.
sign me up for the Tunnel to Tower?
I did not because
gotta
I'm not going to be able to go.
We're not going now?
I can't. It's a family weekend at Binghamton,
Oh,
and my wife
Binghamton.
is the only one going. I was going to leave, but she's going to be by herself.
To talk about the 9/11 show next week.
9/11 show
Or to
on next
Thursday.
week. Oh yeah. Oh geez. We are doing a special 9/11 show. Our show falls next Tuesday, which is 9/11. We didn't feel comfortable being responders and a chef doing the show on 9/11. So what we're going to do is we're going to tape a show on Thursday with Benny Rizzuti, the show before us. We're going to read the names, and if you guys want to supply us with anybody that you know that was lost on 9/11 or because of 9/11, we're going to read some names. We're going to talk about the people a little bit. I'm hoping to get 1 or 2 people in for an interview who were involved, related to somebody. So it should be a nice. I'm going to ask Bobby to put up maybe the lights from the towers in the beginning, and then that will run for the 2 shows for rotating.
And it's going to be a little tougher this year because it's going to be on the Tuesday. 9/11 is actually on the day it happened, which was a Tuesday.
Correct, election day.
2001.
Thanks for filling us in on that.
Election
You're
day.
welcome.
He's so good with that history stuff.
Well,
And-
he's got nothing to
Really
do
is.
because he's unemployed.
Right. So what I did last year
Well
was I
done.
drove down to Long Beach, and you could see the beams of light
Yes.
from Long Beach.
Yes. So we're doing that.
So if somebody wants to have their relative's name read,
Message us.
you can message us if you
And
can,
a little comment, like
a
I
little
said
something
before.
about the person, and we'll.
I have 2 names I'll be reading.
And October, what is the Tuesday in October? We're doing a telethon. We're doing an old-fashioned telethon here in the studio out front, where
are?
Steve was out there kneeling out at Sunrise Highway there. We're gonna have comics come in, do a set, go to the donate button, donate to Laughter Saves
So we're
Lives.
gonna have like operators just standing by type
Yes,
thing.
we're gonna do the whole bit.
So we're gonna
do
need
the whole
people
bit.
with
You're gonna be
phones.
all of the stars. You and you're
all
gonna be on
the
phones.
big stars.
All the big stars.
The huge stars.
Yes,
Just
yes.
stars of the show.
And last but not least, we were asked. I've done it the last 2 years to read the calling of the names at the church near World Trade Center, where everybody went for respite. Am I using that word properly?
I believe you are.
First word you pronounce properly all night?
Yes.
And it's an SAT word. Congratulations.
We're doing the calling of the names down there. Everybody that was lost. It's not a complete list because they're depending on people to give the names, but it's people that were lost this year that were involved in some way with 9/11. They didn't have to die of 9/11 related injuries, but they were volunteers. Whatever it was, they worked in the building. Whatever it was. So I've read it, and I got Frank involved this year, and it looks like also Jim Preston, our buddy from Connecticut, who's on he's been on the show a few times, but the cannabis.
Yes.
Jim is always a big supporter, and he has agreed to read some names. We're very honored to be able to do that. Anything else? We're out of here, guys.
No, I was just happy
Thank
that
you, Michael.
my uniform.
Thank you, Michael, for coming on.
I've been wearing my uniform. I haven't
Thank
worn
you.
it since I retired, and it still fits.
Mom.
We're off to the Chesapeake with Dinah. Good night, everybody. Thank you for.
That was fun.
job, guys. How do we do?
As always.
Leather gloves,
Of course.
we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer, the trick of the lips play ball.